thing I like to ask is, okay if I tell you the truth tonight?
Yes.
Okay, because if you are, I'll open the door back up. It's okay. Go hang out with Brian in the hallway, because I don't know any other way to do it. I think that the problem is going to a doctor's and having them say, it's okay, you'll be all right, lose a few pounds, see ya. We're not really telling people the education, the information that will empower you to make those type of changes. So, today, my hope is just, first of all, that you came with an open mind. You don't have to buy anything tonight, okay? So put your purse down. Well, it's okay. You're here for education. So just be open to hearing the message that maybe you came to hear. Maybe you're going to walk away with one strong tip that makes sense to you, and I'll be grateful that you walk away with something that you can implement into your life. Maybe just to learn, improve a little bit. Don't be defensive. Trust me, I do not stand here a vision of perfection. My journey has been long. It's been filled with lots of stumbling blocks. I still don't always get it right. I believe that people with weight issues or health issues often wear, you can see the problem a little bit more, but we all come to the table with some type of struggle. So there's no judgment here at all. This is just, can we help? We're here to help. So don't be defensive at all. I want you to be motivated, encouraged. You're ready to change, and definitely it's okay to smile, laugh, ask me questions, throw in your 2 cents. I love it, because you probably read things I haven't read. Boy, I got an education day on iodine, didn't we, with Vicki? Loved it. It was fascinating. Made me wanted to go do some research, so that was really great. Why did I call my program Ready, Set, Go? Trust me, it took me a long time to decide what to call it. My company's called Wellness Driven, but my name of my program took me months of wrestling with it, writing down ideas. And when I was personal training people would come to me in my studio. Many people would come to me 2, sometimes 3 times a week. Spend a lot of money with me to have me make them exercise. And yes, I could take a few pounds off, get you a little leaner, but what I found was if I didn't teach you the lifestyle skills to support fitness, I came to the discovery that 80% of it's your lifestyle and your food, 20% of it's your exercise. So the more you get the rest right, a little bit of fitness goes a long way. So I wanted to find the right people. So I'm assuming you might be some of those people, because I'm looking for people who are ready to take control of their health, ready to feel better, ready to feed their families well. Are you ready? And then what I wanted to do was set people up for success. I believe you give people the right tools, the right information, the right support, then they're set up for success. And I'm going to wipe away some of the bad myths that have gotten out there through poor advertising, the TV that just puts a bunch of junk into our brains. We're going to clear some of that up. And then my vision is that you would go share it with your families. You would go share it with your loved ones. You would go share it with the people you care about. And we would have the ripple effect, the grassroots effort that I believe we need in this country right now to turn this whole epidemic around of what we've got going. So we all know, right, that this is real. The sorry state of American health. Well, let me lay a couple of statistics on you so you know it. We're 37th in the world for overall health. You think of us as a powerhouse, a leader in the world. You think of us as having the state-of-the-art medical systems. Look, in Wilmington, what's the fastest growing thing here? Are more medical offices. That's what is driving the economy right now, sadly enough. It's not working. We've got infant mortality, we're still 39th. We've got life expectancy is only 46, so we're not keeping people even alive as long as you can. Did you know your DNA is built for you to live 120 years? I know, I think of that too. I don't think I want to be here that long. There's days when I'm just ready to meet my maker and be done with it all. But really, the fact is our genetics were meant to live to be 120. There are many different countries and small islands where people they live well into their hundreds. They're still having sex in their hundreds. Okay, all their functions work. Everything works. It just does. Even that one. So, the statistics continue to be startling to me. How about this one? 80% of all pharmaceuticals that are manufactured in the world are consumed right here in the United States. We are pill popping, walking to the doctors. I've got a headache. What are you going to get? Walk to the doctors, get your blood work done. They tell you that you've got high cholesterol. What are you going to get? You get your blood pressure taken aside. What are you going to get? One of the worst ones is you walk into your doctor's office who's not a psychiatrist, not a psychologist, and you tell them, every time I drive down the highway, I'm filled with anxiety. Everything in the world's making me full of anxiety. You walk in and say, I'm depressed, what are they going to give you? They don't even ask any questions. I worked with a friend, Valerie, a good friend of mine, now for the past 15 years. She came into my personal training studio, 40 pounds overweight, miserable with herself. I said, what do you think happened? She goes, I put all this weight on in 1 year. I said, 1 year? She said, I went to the doctors, told him I was depressed, and I went on this Wellbutrin. He told me it wouldn't make me gain weight. Well, you know that every pharmaceutical trial, they only need 2 that don't show they gain weight. The rest can be thrown out. How many people I've known that gained weight on antidepressants when it said that you wouldn't? How do we know when you start getting chemicals to your brain what's going to happen, okay? And I asked her, well, why are you depressed? We talked for an hour. I found out that her sons, she was an early mom. She was at age 18, first baby, had all 3 by the time she was like 22 years old. Here she was, here and her husband, empty nest, didn't know what the heck she was going to do with her life. She was having an empty nest syndrome. Just a life change, normal. I sent her to a counselor down the street that I really loved, and she worked 6 weeks. She was over depression. We had to wean her off the medication. It took her a very long time to lose the weight, but she did, and she's a very healthy, happy person now. So just keep that in mind. So who's to blame for all this? We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, you know, I believe we need a revolution, and we need it fast. Some of these statistics blow my mind. I went and researched, because in my presentation just until yesterday, I only had 2011 in here. It was 2.1 million, and it's 3 trillion now in 2015 spent on medical care. All these on drugs. This was the blind boggler for me. In 2010, we were spending $1,700 a person on health care. Last year, almost 10 grand per person. How are we going to manage this, folks? Who's paying for all this? Do you not get that we're going to debilitate the economy? We can't just run to the doctors every time something's wrong. We can't say okay to drugs. We can't just say yes to every single treatment they're doling out. You have to take more control, more charge, and start to say, is there something else I can do? Is there any way I can try alternative methods? Before, am I saying don't have drugs? Nope. If I get sick and get an infection, give me an antibiotic, I want to get better. I get an accident out there on that crazy South College Road, get me to that hospital and fix my bone, broken bone. I'm not saying that. My son's a nurse practitioner. I value medical professionals. We need them. I'm saying it's chronic diseases that we're having this breakdown with. So half of our seniors have chronic diseases. This one's another mind blower, new one I have. 19.1 million more people will enroll in Medicare in the next 11 years, and it's already $62 billion or $1 trillion in debt. Don't have a